So first and foremost, I love what I see as a transformation of Ken Kendrick, right? There were for years there were a lot of stories, how he was demanding and he might be difficult to work with. But his press conference last year when Jordan Montgomery was struggling, or not press conference, he did that radio interview in which he basically said, "You know what? That's my fault. That's on me." I can't remember last time that I heard an owner take responsibility in that way.
Mm.
That to me was really impressive, and the fact that even though they're playing in the same division as the Dodgers, there still is clearly a hope there after reaching the World Series in 2023 to get back to the mountaintop. And maybe Corbin Burns is that difference maker. We know they have great young position players. We know that Corbin Carroll is going to be better than he was last year. He's not going to have a full down season the way that he did. I don't think that any team in the West is going to overtake the Dodgers, but I do think, again, the Diamondbacks will be a problem for LA once we get in October.
If Jordan Montgomery does anything out here, or do you expect Jordan Montgomery to not be here by opening day?
Um, I don't expect him to be with the team because let's face it, if you're the Diamondbacks, your
Yeah.
best chance to rebuild his trade value is to put him in the rotation. Well, the way he performed last year, you wouldn't necessarily bet on that. Now, that all said, maybe he shows up in the camp and he's in incredible condition and his mindset seems to be focused with a full spring training ahead, and you give him the ball and you give him the opportunity, at the very least, give a chance to see other teams to see the improvements that he made during the course of the winter. That seems to me the most prudent task, because what I'm hearing from other teams is if the Diamondbacks are going to trade him, they're going to have to eat a whole lot of money. He has
Yeah.
a good spring training. Maybe that amount goes down as we go.
Did Kendrick hurt himself by making those comments with the Montgomery camp? I don't think he did. Some fans are like, why would the owner do that? I'm on your side of the street.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, yeah, it's unusual. And I don't know Jordan that well, but I do know that a lot of players in this era would not respond positively to that. What he did was basically tell the truth, right?
Right.
And I think there's something to that. And I again, in a time when you hope that everyone has accountability, Ken Kendrick is the one taking accountability, saying, "Look, I messed up. Jordan Montgomery did not pitch well for us." And so I'm really curious what Jordan's response is
Sure.
to all this. And we won't really know until he gets on the mound, because it did feel like he was totally disheartened by the end of last year.
Yeah. One of the biggest questions I think coming in here to camp. I appreciate your time and insights, Buster. Thanks.
Thanks, Brad.